First of all, when I left my country, I didn't know where I'm going to. I left the country just to find security somewhere and freedom, obviously. And you may know the Burma was under ruling military junta and they was persecuting minorities. And because we are Rohingyas have no citizenship right. And because they don't have citizenship, that's taken everything else, all the rights that you, as a human, you can think of, like going to school, healthcare, and very basic things, even traveling from one town to another. And because I was standing against this, I was speaking against this persecution. So I was targeted as a danger for the country, and I had to leave for my life. I have to escape for my life. When I first fleeing, I didn't know where I'm going, so I just went wherever I could find safety, and that's from a couple of towns within Burma, and then across the border to Thailand. And then I was there in Thailand as an illegal, because the Thai doesn't recognize asylum seekers. So then arrested, detained, deported. Well, obviously not to Burma, because they don't know, they can't deport me to Burma, because Burmese won't recognize me, and that was a lucky thing. If they deported me, they would have killed me in Burma. So, and I was in Thailand for about a year. As I said, I was arrested, detained, and then from there continue searching for freedom, and went to Malaysia. And I come in contact with UNHCR. And I would like to say the point here, there are thousands of refugees fleeing Burma, have no idea there is an organization called UNHCR, and I didn't know for about nearly a year, and let alone for those people who would know, because I was fortunately educated in Burma, and those people, a lot of refugees fleeing, had never went to school, because they was not given that chance to go to school. And it was a struggle for me to get myself registered with UNHCR. To get help from the UNHCR was a challenge. Say for me, speak English, and new things, and can advocate myself for things like this. And I was in Malaysia, and I registered with UNHCR for many years, and I waited for many years, for 5-6 years, to get that initial refugee status determination interview done for 5 years. And somehow managed myself to get to Australia on different visas, and applied asylum in Australia, and that's where I found my freedom now. When I first came here, I volunteer with community associations, and that includes cleaning up parks in Sydney, and or volunteering in the community events, also helping in the Refugee Weeks events in Sydney. That's the start with, and then I started working in Sheraton as a waiter in Sheraton the Park in Sydney, and I also joined the other community organizations, basically helping the refugees coming from Burma, and helping them settling here. And I registered with TIS. With TIS is called Translation and Interpreting Services with Immigration. I'm helping, of course, the government determining, getting interviewed for asylum seekers and determining their refugee status and things like that. And I also work in MDA, Multicultural Development Association, as a support worker for refugees. The thing is, I'm very grateful for the life I'm given here. Nobody's here calling me out, "Hey, where's your ID, mate?" Nobody's doing that, and I can sleep peacefully at home. I know nobody's coming knock my door and take me away. And that was the fear I always had since I was born, and the life in Malaysia and Thailand. Authorities will come and knock the door and they can just take me anywhere, and I would know to not knowing where.